Hey guys, Trap God Senpai back with another top 10 video. This time we're going over the top 10 magic anime with an overpowered main character. Coming in at number 10, we have Isekai Cheat Magician. Taichi Nishimura and his childhood friend Rin Azuma are on their way to school one morning when suddenly a magic circle envelops them, transporting them to a magical fantasy world. Upon arrival in this new world, they are found by a group of adventurers who bring them to the guild, where they can see their magical aptitude and become adventurers themselves. But like most isekai, this is where they find out that they're ridiculously stronger than any other rookie adventurers. We follow our two main characters as they learn to control their powers and adventure in this new and exciting world. While the show made the list, it just barely did so. No matter what isekai cliche you can think of, this show has it. It feels for the most part like a copy and paste of many others. But if you're really in the mood for an isekai with a crazy strong magic using MC, you can go ahead and let this 12 episode anime take up some of your time. Number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have Absolute Duo. Individuals who can materialize their souls into weapons are known as Blazers, and attend Koryo Academy in order to train their abilities. In this world, each student is required to pair up with a partner in hopes that they can attain the power of Absolute Duo. Our main character, Toru Kokono, joins the academy so that he can grow stronger and gather clues about the mysterious man that killed his sister. As soon as the entrance exam begins, the students are pitted against one another in a duel, with the loser being expelled. But when they materialize their weapons, Toru doesn't materialize a sword, but instead a shield. This is quite the irregularity, causing many people to take notice. Will this strange materialization be a power or a weakness, and will Toru be able to find his sister's killer? I guess you'll have to watch to find out. Number 8. Taking the 8th spot on our list, we have Demon King Daimao. Akuro Sai has a dream to change the world for the better, and thus enrolls into Constant Magic Academy. On his way to the academy, he meets Junko Hattori, and together they vow to make the world a better place together. But upon arrival, he finds out that it's prophesized for him to become the Demon King. As his reputation spreads, the school begins to fear him, and his friends begin to doubt his motives. With his newly awakened powers of the Demon King, he must find a way to manage his terrible luck, horde of women after him for one reason or another, and set out to prove that his fate is not set in stone. Although our main character is incredibly powerful and has destructive magic, this show focuses more on comedy than some others on this list. So if that interests you at all, I would definitely recommend this anime. Number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have the Asterisk War. In the previous century, a disaster known as the Invertia changed the entire world. The power of existing nations crumbled, leading the way for a group called the Integrated Empire Foundation to take control. This disaster also led to a new species of human with phenomenal physical capabilities, the Genistella. The elite Genistella are handpicked to attend one of 6 schools and host competitive battles called Festas. Our main character, Ayato Amagiri, is a transfer student at the Saidokan Academy, which has been suffering from poor performance as of late. Almost immediately upon arrival, he ends up accidentally seeing the school beauty half naked. Enraged by what has happened, she challenges him to a duel. But Ayato has no interest in duels. He's joined this school to find the whereabouts of his missing sister. We follow Ayato on his quest for truth and witness along the way how he uses his power to thwart the plans of those in control. Number 6. Coming in at number 6, we have the Misfit of Demon King Academy. In the distant past, the war between the humans and the demons caused unprecedented bloodshed and chaos. Knowing this was the only way to stop the senseless deaths, the Demon King Anos Voldigode sacrificed his life, hoping to be reincarnated into a peaceful era. The demons then put together the Demon King Academy to train young demons with the purpose of identifying Anos upon his reincarnation. But when Anos reincarnated 2,000 years later, he finds out that magic has regressed to a disturbing degree. On top of that, history seems to have been falsified. The history of his reign as the Demon King is filled with lies and falsifications, and even his name was changed. But since this is the way the world now is to everyone else, he's the weird one, the Misfit. We follow Anos as he uses his incomprehensibly strong magic as he looks into the secrets of why the past has been changed. If this was just a list purely based on how strong the MC was and nothing else, the Misfit of Demon King Academy might be the winner. So if you really like an anime where nobody can even think of touching the MC, this one's definitely up your alley. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the daily life of the Immortal King. Daily life of the Immortal King follows Wang Ling, a cultivation genius who has achieved a new cultivation realm every 2 years since he was born. He's a frightening existence and the closest thing to invincible you can find in an anime. Wang Ling faces literally no challenge in battles. With a wave of his hand, he can kill a monster capable of turning multiple cities into rubble. But upon turning 16, he faces his greatest challenge to date: high school. With challenges and enemies popping up seemingly at random, his plans for a normal high school life seem further and further away. This show is a more comedy-oriented show, as we see a ridiculously overpowered main character being forced to use his abilities when he would rather just blend in the background and roleplay a normal high schooler. If that type of story interests you, then you should definitely give the show a shot. Number 4. Taking the 4th spot in our list, we have Chivalry of a Failed Knight. A very small percentage of humans are born with an ability to manipulate their souls to form powerful weapons called blazers. These people study and train at Hagun Academy to become mage knights. Our main character, Iki Kuragane, is known by his classmates as the weakest student at the academy and the sole F-rank blazer. But one day, an unlucky circumstance leads him to seeing the princess, school beauty, and A-rank blazer, Stella Vermilion, in a compromising position. This leads her to challenge him to a duel with incredibly high stakes. The loser becomes a slave to the winner. This seems almost like bullying. The stakes are this high when the power gap is that large? Well, throughout this anime, we follow Iki as he tries to prove his strength to a world that believes him to be the weakest, all the while gaining new friends, wisdom, and experience. This is a typical anime where the main character is extremely powerful, but hides it throughout the show. So if that's something that interests you, you should definitely check out this show. Number 3. At number 3, we have Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. The Alzano Empire is home to one of the most distinguished magic schools in the world, the Alzano Imperial Magic Academy. Here, ambitious young students undergo training to become competent magicians. Sistine Feeble, a stern noble girl, and her bright-eyed best friend, Rumia Tingle, attend the academy, determined to cultivate their magical skills. However, their world is thrown for a loop when their favorite teacher suddenly retires, and the enigmatic Glenn Raiders replaces him. His lazy and indifferent attitude towards life and magic quickly puts him at odds with his class. What's more, nefarious forces hidden within the Empire's walls start to become active, and Sistine, Rumia, and Glenn find themselves caught up in their schemes. Throughout this story, we follow Sistine, who is captivated by a mysterious floating sky castle, Rumia, who's haunted by a troubled past, and Glenn, who may be more than meets the eye. Though completely different on the surface, they are inexplicably bound together by a thread of fate. Number 2. The runner-up on our list is Legend of Legendary Heroes. Alpha Stigma are known to be eyes that can analyze all types of magic. However, they are more infamously known as cursed eyes that can only bring destruction and death to others. Reiner Lute, a talented mage and also an Alpha Stigma bearer, was once a student of the Roland Empire's Magician Academy, an elite school dedicated to training magicians for military purposes. However, after many of his classmates died in a war, he makes an oath to make the nation a more orderly and peaceful place, with fellow survivor and best friend, Sion Astel. Now that Sion is the king of Roland, he orders Reiner to search for useful relics that will aid the nation. Together with Ferris Eris, a beautiful and highly skilled swordsman, Reiner goes on a journey to search for relics of legendary heroes from the past, and also uncover the secrets behind his cursed eyes. Reiner throughout this show proves the absolute strength of the Alpha Stigma, being able to almost instantaneously evaporate anyone he desires. And with a boatload of other abilities and powers, he is well deserving to be at number 2 on this list. Number 1. Finally, taking the top spot on our list is Mushoku Tensei. Despite being bullied and oppressed all of his life, a 34-year-old shut-in still found the resolve to attempt something heroic, only for it to end in a tragic accident. But in a twist of fate, he awakens in another world as Rudius Greyrat, starting life again as a baby born to 2 loving parents. Preserving his memories and knowledge from his previous life, Rudius quickly adapts to his new environment. With the mind of an adult, he quickly begins studying magic while his parents are not paying attention. That, coupled with his natural abilities, lead him to possess magic skill that defies all logic in this world. Magic is not his only pastime, though. His father is an expert swordsman who also spends his free time imparting his techniques to Rudius. And while Rudius doesn't have many friends, he meets a close ally named Sylphiette, a young girl who quickly becomes his best friend. As Rudius' second chance at life begins, he tries to make the most of his new opportunity while conquering his traumatic past. And perhaps, one day, he may find the one thing he couldn't find in his old world: love. Rudius is insanely powerful, and I think the one main difference that sets the show apart from the rest on this list is the story. Although there are other anime on this list with much stronger protagonists than Rudius, Mushoku Tensei has a great story that can draw you in and keep you on the edge of your seat, chomping at the bit for each new episode. Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. And like always, if you disagreed with anything I said, or thought the list was awesome, go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.